Tech founders, you're being lied to. I've been meaning to post this for a while. I saw a video recently that put me over the edge. You guys need to know what's up. Venture capitalists, angels, and accelerators all want you to build fast and fail faster. They want you to get your MVP built in as little as a couple weeks. I'm a software dev and I own SaaS company. I'm here to tell you that you're being lied to. 1. It's 2023. Unless some customer is about to drown because of their problem, they are not going to respect or consider your trashy looking MVP. People these days expect a certain level of polish and professionalism when it comes to software before they give it more than 3s of their time. If your software took 80 hours to build, good chance that even customers from your target market will disregard it unless you're solving some insanely painful problem. And if you're using your MVP for market research, people aren't going to talk to you if they believe that they spent more time getting dressed that morning than you put into your product. Build things that you can be proud of. 2. Time boxing your first dev cycle into a few days or even weeks limits the scope of what you can build. I've spent more time than this figuring out a single appy. It's this time boxing that leads 1,000s of people to build the same shit. It's low quality work and exists in a super saturated market. And given the small scope of the product, the amount you'll be able to charge means the LTV of a customer will be lower than your CAC, meaning your company will always lose money. 3. The negative reception from your pre-alpha product will have you think that people don't like you or your work. It's simply not the case. Few on this planet could produce something captivating in 100 hours. 4. VCs tell you to ship your garbage MVP ASAP because of the following reason. They view every product that ships as a lotto ticket. If they like the look of it, they'll buy a ticket. And the more products there are and the shittier they are, it means they have more ticket numbers to select from, and b, the cost of the ticket is a lot cheaper than it would otherwise be if the product was nice. VCs are not your friends and often don't know how to build or market products. They are in it for the money, and any advice they give to you or the community will be self-serving. The indie community needs to wake up and realize that quality software built by a small team that people will pay for in this saturated market often takes months if not years to build. The idea of building a product and putting it in front of customers in 2 weeks is dumb. I've used some of these products and they are so limited in scope, broken and poorly designed that I don't give them any more than a minute or 2 of my time. Note: validate your ideas before writing code. I'm not advocating spending a year writing software for an unproven market or problem. Yes, there are exceptions and stories of people shipping in no time and getting traction. But these are not the norm. Lastly, this philosophy is why you have and will continue to see a million products centered around AI. For those of you who aren't devs, OpenAI made ChatGPT accessible to developers, and it's like 3 lines of code to ask it a question, get a response and save that response within your program. It's super low effort to integrate, and that's why everyone will be building the same types of products with it. TL. Doctor. Investors and gurus have agendas. Be logical about the level of effort required to build a software company and put forth only work that you're proud of. Being able to code doesn't give you a magical ability to create massive value with only a few weeks of work. You have to grind like pretty much every other successful business owner. I'll likely be banned for this, but fuck it. I've got a sub where I'll share more insight and ban bullshit and idiotic posts with 0 warning. It's not for everyone, and I'll usually let you know pretty quick if our relationship isn't going to work. 6,000 people and growing. Cut the bull. I'll write a post on that sub in the next few minutes on how to guarantee accountability from top level management at your company.
Well said. PPL also need to remember that Silicon Valley startup is not the only way. Software is one of the few industries left where you can self-fund and become an independent vendor. Not every app needs to scale or scale fast. Not every app needs to become the next Uber. Not every business need vulture. Venture capitalists sucking the lifeblood out of its origin ethos culture while whipping it every day to go faster, faster, faster. I honestly don't know why so many PPL are mesmerized by Silicon Valley style startup hype. A lot of it is just the financialization of hot air and mass worship of the problematic parts of both capitalism and human nature. I get how it's great for making big bucks and fanning founder egos. And there will always be a place for VC-assisted startups. But if you want to build something lasting and meaningful at a humane pace, start some other way.
What's interesting is that something like 0.002% of startups get VC-backed funds. So you've got 90% plus of people building to a strategy provided by someone who almost surely has no interest in ever working with them. And unless some customer is about to drown because of their problem, they are not going to respect or consider your trashy-looking MVP. You've misunderstood what viable means if you've got a too trashy to be viable MVP.
This is spot on. And what I was going to say, the op makes some correct observations, but seems to misunderstand what an MVP is. It is also true that many VCs don't understand what an MVP is and may push founders to skip out on the viable part of an MVP, or to prematurely declare an idea bad because it takes longer to build an MVP than the VC would like. But for many startups, the advice to ship early. The meaning of early will vary depending on the startup. In general, still good advice. Many of us serial builders have a very solid foundation and reusable modules. I and a small team have pushed over 50 platforms out in the last 5 years. Yes, 10-ish platforms a year. How? We have a central API that has 1,000s of endpoints that are tested in real life with millions of users. We have edge case endpoints for each new product. We can deploy whole dev, prod services with one script and environmental var. We use very standard technology that works across most industries. At the moment, SvelteKit, Flutter, Node.js, Postgres and Redis. We have 1,000s of UI components. Full authentication with OTP that has botnet exhaustion protection? No problem. Admin panels with full user access control and content reviewing panels? Done. We work with a lot of founders and VCs to quickly deliver ideas to market and validate them in weeks. I agree though. Anything niche takes a long time and needs high polish.
That's awesome, and I agree that serial devs have their own boilerplate code. I've got mine. It's not the position of 95% of founders getting started in the industry. So again, this advice I'm giving targets the norm, not the exception.